Welcome to another Strex product video. Today we're going to cover the features of the Cryocell FZ-2000, a liquid nitrogen-free controlled rate freezer and one of our most popular products. Controlled rate freezing is the method of slowly freezing down cells to temperatures around -80 degrees for long-term storage. Non-controlled rate options, such as using liquid nitrogen or Mr. Frosty, can cause contamination, damage cells from the ice crystals being formed, and lead to inconsistent freezing when preserving a large number of samples. Precious cells should be frozen in a controlled manner to prevent a lot of issues from stemming later on.
This particular model is custom made to accommodate about 50 1 to 2 ml cryotubes. Strex custom manufactures every cryocell to be compatible with any sized cryotube, vial, or bags you might be using. To begin a freezer protocol, please ensure that all connections are secured and power on the switch on the back of the control unit. Once you've ensured that the software has been installed onto the desktop of your computer and not on the USB stick, you can open up the freezer control software by clicking on Program Deep Freezer. This is what the application will look like if all the connections are secured correctly and the application has been installed onto your computer. If you do not reach this page or face an error, please ensure that all connections are secured and that the software has been installed correctly. Input an operator name if you're one of many users who use your freezer. This will help you differentiate between the different types of freeze patterns run. For the purpose of this video, we're going to use demo. To select a program, either create a new program or open up one of the pre-existing ones. In this video, we're just going to use temperature pattern1.csv. Be sure to input a sample ID, in this case test, and then also the numbers of test samples and where exactly they're placed inside of the freezer. If you have a dummy sample or a control sample, be sure to place it and also put down the number of samples you're using as a dummy. Once you've chosen exactly where the dummy samples and samples are placed for future recording, hit the Start Freeze button. You'll note that this freeze cycle has started when you see the light interface change on the freezer and then also appear on the top left corner. Once the freezer has cooled down to the starting value of your freeze cycle, please be sure to set all of your samples and ensure that they are correctly placed. Once you've done this, hit OK and the freezer will begin to freeze. As the freezer begins to cool, the software should output the sample temperature through the external probe, the temperature of the plate, and the head. About 25 minutes into this protocol, we see that the temperature is steadily decreasing. At the end of the freeze cycle, you'll be prompted to hit the Stop Freeze button. Go ahead and hit Stop Freeze, and the question will be asked again. Once you've done this, you'll be automatically opened to a new freezer report generated software. As you can see here, you'll be able to see the entirety of the freezer cycle reports, including sample freezing rates, the last temperature recorded, etc. You'll also be able to see a graph outlining how the procedure went. After generating the report, please be sure to start the warming cycle once you have removed your samples and placed them into long-term storage. Starting the heat cycle lets you prepare the freezer for another cycle. However, please note that samples should not be thawed with the heater function, as this may affect cell viability. Overall, the Cryocells is a liquid nitrogen-free controlled rate freezer, reducing the risk of contamination and allows for an easy, hazard-free freezing process. Available in 2 sizes, the Cryocell can accommodate a multitude of cryovials, tubes, and bags.
Thank you for watching our video today. Please feel free to reach out if you're interested in one of our freezers or revamping your cryopreservation process.